So I went to Japan for a week. I took a vacation and I went to Osaka and Kyoto. And as you can see here, I'm getting ready to board the plane from the Philippines to Japan. And I am excited and I finally made it to Japan. And first thing I saw was the Japanese convenience store. My first time ever going to a konbini, and look at all the options. Look at all the options there. And there's a dango even. And first thing I noticed when I left the airport, the cold weather. Oh my god. The weather was so cold. My hands were freezing, but I loved it so much. It was way better. I prefer this weather, the cold, to the Philippine heat where it's always fucking hot here in the Philippines. But Japan also has like hot seasons too. Like the summers in Japan, I heard, are quite infamous and hot, just like here in the Philippines. But it's always hot in here in the Philippines, except for maybe February. And oh, look at this little guy. Look at this little guy going on a patrol. And oh, the egg sandwich. That's what I would always get in a convenience store in Japan. I'd always get the egg sandwich or the ham and egg sandwich or the spam musubi. So as you can see here, we're walking from the Airbnb, and I believe this place is called the Chuo Ward. But I don't know if the entire area, like the whole big area, is the Chuo Ward, or if it's Namba, or if Namba's just a station. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not sure. I don't know. So here we are. We're getting ready to cross the street, and once we cross like this road, the entire area over there is full of like geek and nerd stuff. Anime, gaming. There's even like a big arcade there that you could go to, and some gacha stuff where you could lose your money. But yeah, see, there's even like a very not safe for work place there. There's a big Tenga over there. As you can see, it's 24 hours. Did I go inside there? I'm not gonna say. And oh, the yakiniku. Oh my god, the yakiniku was so tasty. The yakiniku in Japan is so much better than the samgyeopsal in the Philippines. I don't know why. I'm assuming like those places in Japan are actually owned by Koreans and the food is authentic, but I'm not sure. I only heard it from someone. And oh, Dotonbori! We're in Dotonbori. Oh my goodness. You're gonna see the Glico Man in a second. And oh, there he is! Yeah. Oh my god. This is amazing that I was able to go to Dotonbori. I'm sorry. I'm sick right now. When I came home to Japan from the Philippines, I suddenly got sick. I got a cold and a cough. And as you can see there that I'm recording all the food options in the convenience store. And this particular convenience store, this Lawson's, has a lot of Dragon Quest stuff, a lot of Dragon Quest merch, which I found interesting. So much convenience stores in Japan. You got Lawson's, you got 7-Eleven, you got Family Mart, and we even saw one mini stop over at Kyoto. We're still in Osaka here. So as a fried chicken lover, you look at all that chicken. Oh my god, it was a dream come true. And this is Osaka Castle. For me, this is a dream come true. Just being able to go to Osaka Castle as someone who loves, samurais, the Sengoku Jidai, the history, the Warring States period of Japan, my favorite period of history. And as you saw that JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and Hunter x Hunter, I don't know what that was, like a card set. I'm not sure. And Oh, you see Osaka Castle is over there, like at the far end, and you see that lovely couple all dripped out. You know, they are looking good. And we're gonna head to Osaka Castle. We're getting closer here. We just have to go up that ramp. You can see the you see the back of my mom's head. You're gonna see the back of my mom's head a lot in this video because I was recording from behind. We were lining up to get a ticket to go to Osaka Castle, and you see this guy on a unicycle juggling like blades or knives or something. And here we are, Osaka Castle. We got the pamphlet, we got the ticket, and I'm just so happy that I got to go to Osaka Castle. I'm happy to go in Osaka Castle. It's a dream come true. Like all the samurai stuff, all the history, and if you love to collect stamps, Osaka Castle has it. You know, my mom's getting a stamp over there. And you can see that that's the crest of the Toyotomi clan and the Sanada clan. Very important figures during the battle of Osaka Castle, the siege of Osaka Castle for the Toyotomi side, the Osaka side. And look at all those samurai stuff. This right here is a exhibit of the summer siege of Osaka, because there was also a winter siege. This one's a summer siege. This was like Yukimura Sanada going up against, I believe, Matsudaira Tadanao. And then, you know, I believe this was Yukimura's last stand. Summer siege of Osaka. He led a charge, a cavalry charge towards the Ogosho Ieyasu Tokugawa. And yeah, there it is. Tokugawa Ieyasu, his son, the Shogun Hidetada. Now, this exhibit right here is like showing all the like main players of the siege of Osaka. Surprisingly, there's there's more people from the Tokugawa side than the Toyotomi side, which is surprising because, you know, the Osaka side doesn't have that much people shown in the museum. And this is the peak, the pinnacle of Osaka Castle, as you can see earlier. And this is what I'm saying, like, you know, that was the entire Osaka side that I showed earlier. It was the Sanada Yukimura, Sanada Daisuke, and then Katsunaga Mori, and the two Onos, Harufasa and Harunaga, which I was surprised because I thought, like, you know, where's Toyotomi Hideyori? Where's Toyotomi Hideyori's mom? Where's Chosokabe? Where's Goto Matabe? Where's Teruzumi Akashi? And after Osaka Castle, as you can see here, we were heading down and we saw all these plum blossoms, all these plum trees, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, wow, I've never seen anything like this in my life. And I bet it's gonna look even more beautiful now that it's spring in Japan. You're gonna see a lot of cherry blossoms and plum blossoms for this season. And it's gonna be even more expensive if you're gonna go there. And look at this. I don't know if you can notice it, but the wind is blowing and the petals from the plum trees are like flying. So it feels like I'm in a Japanese drama, in like a J-drama, J-romance or something. So after Osaka Castle, we went to Dotonbori. Back to Dotonbori. You know, the place from, you know, if you've played the Yakuza games, you've probably seen Dotonbori a lot. This is a Yakuza reference. It's a real place. And, you know, the bridge. There's a lot of performers in the Dotonbori bridges. I noticed that there's a lot of musicians, and also there was a Spider-Man. You could take a picture with the Spider-Man and he's like posing around, like standing on the bridge. And what's interesting about that was his costume was falling apart, like the eyes were peeling off, there was a hole on the mask. So if you ever like see that Spider-Man, like if you take a vacation, go to Japan, go to Osaka, you go to Dotonbori and you see that Spider-Man, you know, be sure to make a donation, you know, give him money or give him a new costume because you know that guy needs it. Yeah, so lots of people in Dotonbori, you know, a lot of tourists, a lot of Japanese people, of course, and you know, it can get pretty crowded, but I didn't mind it. It wasn't like, you know, the stressful kind of crowded like how I feel when I'm in like a place in the Philippines, like Baclaran. Like fuck, like I hate going to Baclaran because so many people and there's always someone trying to sell me something. Then fuck that. Also, look. So I went into one of the geek stores that I mentioned earlier, and they have Identity 5 merch. I didn't know IDV was popular in Japan. There's Lelouch from Code Geass. There's also gonna be PlayStation merch. See PlayStation shirts, Last of Us, Ghost of Tsushima, and of course there's New Japan Pro Wrestling and Stardom merch. I was so happy there was pro wrestling merch in this shop, so I bought Sanada and Naito shirt. And oh, Fat Cat! Oh my god, I saw Fat Cat. I had to take a fat pic. I just look at that. The cat looks so adorable, and that's my haul from Osaka Castle. I got a little Yukimura, a Masamune, and then a Yukimura and Hideyoshi bookmark, and oh, it's a rice ball. It's a tuna rice ball. And oh, I'm wearing a samurai helmet, and I got the sword and stuff, the katana, and yeah, you can like dress up as a samurai in Osaka Castle. They give you like choices. What I picked was Sanada Yukimura. You can also dress up as Hideyoshi Toyotomi and Kanbei Kuroda. I don't know who was the fourth one. I don't remember. As you can see, there's a bunch of pictures of me. Look at that mullet, though. My girlfriend doesn't like my mullet, but everyone else says like they like the mullet. So I don't know. I don't know if people are just being nice or I don't know. And I got a Tekken shirt from GU for Uniqlo, and that's the wrestling shirt that I was talking about earlier. And the toilet, my ass got blasted by that fucking toilet. You know, I prefer the bidet here in the Philippines, where I can just manually do it myself, manually spray. I don't need the toilet to do it for me. And yeah, we're back in Dotonbori. You're gonna see me in Dotonbori a lot because you know, that's basically most of what I did in Dotonbori. And you know, me and my mom were supposed to go in that boat right there. We were supposed to ride the boat to go around the Dotonbori River, but it was too late at night, so we couldn't go in. We couldn't ride, so we went to the cafe instead. This place called Hoshino Cafe. What's cool about this place is you can sit at the window and, you know, eat your food and while enjoying the view. I got an omurice. My first time ever eating omurice. I've always wanted to try to eat omurice. See, over there you got the ketchup, the egg, and the rice. I don't know if the rice is like ketchup rice or something, or if it was like paella. And oh, look at me posing like I'm in some sort of J-drama. And, you know, here's me and my mom. We're posing with the plum trees. We're not actually touching the plum blossoms because we can't. And this is spam musubi. This was what I was talking about earlier, what I always ate from the Japanese convenience stores. It was really tasty. I've always wanted to try that. And this is a grape juice drink that I got from a convenience store. And oh my god, Family Chiki! Family Chiki, I love Family Mart chicken. Putang ina. If you go to Japan, you go to a Family Mart and you ordered a Family Chiki, it will change your life. I took one bite and my life was forever changed. And I believe here I am in Shinsaibashi, on the way to Shinsaibashi Parko, because I'm gonna meet up with Sumiko Saki, who's also a VTuber just like me, and we headed to her place. And you know, we passed by this cat cafe or cat hotel, and oh, this is Sumiko's cat. I mean bunny. cat. No, that was Sumi's rabbit. And after that, it was nighttime already. I was heading home. No, not home. I was gonna meet up with my mom. This is back at Shinsaibashi. I'm headed back to Dotonbori to meet up with my mom because we're gonna go and have a bite to eat. As you can see, this restaurant. Oh my god! Look at the master at his craft. He's making gyoza, preparing it to be cooked. And you know, I ordered gyoza for like 990 yen. It was like gyoza, fried rice, and a piece of chicken. And oh my god, it was so good. It was so good. I'm telling you. Like, if I come back to Osaka, I'm going back here. I'm gonna enjoy that meal. Look at that. It was so good. It was so good that me and my mom took a picture outside of the place because of how good the food was. It was so good. Oishii, umai, it was so good. And that's a karaoke place. And this is an idol bar. I don't know if it's a hostess idol bar, if it's just an idol theme bar. And here we are, Don Quixote. Oh my goodness, we're at Don Quixote. As you can hear the Don Quixote theme. There's so many people, but this place has everything. Though I prefer the Don Quixote and the Yakuza games because Kiryu's the only customer there. What I found interesting about this place is it had everything, and also the cashiers were all not Japanese. They were mostly South Asian. And as I was saying earlier, there's a lot of performers in Dotonbori. You know, a lot of musicians playing, just like this guy. And as you can see, Dotonbori is there's some litter around. There's some litter, like, you know, my image of Japan was like it would be like super clean, but I guess that's just for the countryside. For like big cities like Osaka, you can definitely like see like there's some litter around. Not as bad as the Philippines, but you know, there's litter in, you know, tourist heavy places. And look at me drinking my CC lemonade or lemon drink, lemon soda or whatever. I don't actually drink soda. I stopped drinking soda for a long time, but you know, I just had to order that. You know, look at that! Look at Shiba Inu. It's so cute. Oh my god! I heard those are escape artists, but as I was saying earlier, yeah, I just had to try the CC lemon drink because, you know, I wanted to try the vending machine and it was so tasty, so I almost like drank that every day. And here I am riding the train going to Kyoto. So from Osaka we're heading to Kyoto, and what I really love about Japan is you can like ride the train to go anywhere or even walk. Japan's pretty like walking and, you know, train centered. You can also like ride the taxi too, but you know, walking and taking the train is the way to go in my opinion. And it's also one of the things I miss about Japan, just being able to walk or ride the train to go anywhere. Here in the Philippines, you know, it's very car centric. You either need a car or you need to take the public transportation like the buses, the jeeps, or like Grab, whatever. Here in Japan, you know, you can walk. Like I walked a lot when I was in Japan. I walked more than I ever walked in my entire life, and it felt pretty good. I mean, it ached afterward, but yeah, it was pretty good. And you know, there's a lot of buildings, a lot of houses, a lot of architecture, of course, when you're in the city. And I don't know, that as a Filipino, it kind of gave me a sense of familiarity because, you know, the houses and buildings are close together. Like the houses are close together, just like here in the Philippines. You know, compared to like a place like America, you guys have your backyards, your cul-de-sacs, your suburbs. We don't got that. We don't have that. And here we are We finally arrived to Arashiyama, Hankyu Arashiyama Station. But this video is gonna be like, these next clips are probably gonna be out of how do I say it? Out of order? Paano ba sabihin? Like, hindi siya in order. So yeah, it's not in order because I don't know. I tried to sort it by date, but some of the clips are out of order. And look how beautiful Kyoto is. Arashiyama is, like, you can see the hills at the side, all that nature, and the sky. The sky was so blue, like not like here in the Philippines. I mean, the sky is blue here, of course, but you know, if you look up at the sky, you're gonna have the sun like glaring at you. You're gonna get blinded by the sun. Here I can like enjoy like the sight of the sky. You see a lot of like Japanese text, a lot of Japanese signages, because, well, of course, the Japanese speak Japanese, so you're gonna see a lot of katakana, hiragana, kanji. And you know, I wouldn't say Japan is a very English-friendly place, because a lot of people in Japan, they can only barely speak English. And not every place in Japan is gonna have English signs. So it's really better if you like knew a bit of Japanese, or if you have someone with you that knows how to speak and read Japanese. It'll make things easier for you, especially if you want to ride a taxi or something. I don't think a lot of taxi drivers speak English. Most of the people in Japan, obviously, they speak Japanese. And when I was asking for directions, like I was trying to go to Shinsaibashi Parko near Dotonbori, and I asked this lady running a takoyaki stand, this girl, and she was like, she was having a tough time, so she called her friend over, and you know, God bless them both. They were trying their best, and you know, in the end they were just using their gestures. And yeah. Yeah, it's pretty hard. Like, a lot of people in Japan can barely speak Japanese. I mean, they can barely speak English, but what I love about them is they're trying their best to help you. Like, they're pretty nice and polite to tourists, even though like, we don't know shit. We can't speak the language. We know nothing. We're basically Jon Snow. We know nothing. But Japanese people are pretty polite and nice. I've never encountered a rude Japanese person during my vacation. And is that a school? It looks like a school because it's got a huge field for like sports, PE, and stuff. Yeah, as I was saying, I've never met a rude Japanese person. I don't know if it's just, you know, Japanese people are just good at hiding what they really feel, or they're actually like that. That's how hospitable they are. And here is me in Hankyu Arashiyama Station. We finally made it to Arashiyama, Kyoto, and I'm getting like Pocari sweat from the vending machine. I'm gonna get the bottle and then my change. And I still have some like Japanese yen coins with me. I brought it home to the Philippines. And look, there's a mini stop. As I was saying earlier, there's a mini stop. I was surprised because I thought mini stop was a Filipino convenience store. But you know, Kyoto has it. Kyoto has mini stop. I wonder if they have Uncle John's chicken. Because you know, our mini stop's pretty much gone now. It's called Uncle John's now. And I wonder if mini stop in Japan has Uncle John's chicken. Look at that. Look at Kyoto. Like, compared to Osaka, it looks so clean. And also, look at all the trees. Look at all the nature. Look at those hills. Like, I would, like, if I lived there, I would just walk every day. I'd just like walk around, explore, enjoy the nature. And I don't know if you noticed, you saw like two like girls walking by, two women walking by with their kimono and yukata on. And there's a lot of tourists in this place, Arashiyama, Kyoto, and there's a lot of people wearing their kimonos and yukata. And there's like kimono rental places. You're gonna see it in a bit. Like I took a video of one kimono rental place. It wasn't the place where I went to get a kimono rental, but I did go and rent a kimono yukata, and I really loved wearing it. I was feeling myself when I was wearing it, and you know, the people in the kimono rental place, they were pretty nice and they were pretty respectful. And you know, the lady who was helping me get dressed, she was saying how kakoi I don't know what that means. I'm pretty sure it's a compliment. She was saying sugoi and kakoi, and you know, that made me feel good. That boosted my self-esteem, my confidence. Look at the view, it's so beautiful. Look at all the water, so clean. It's so clean. I love it. Look at the water. I don't know if it's actually clean or if it's just the reflection of the sky, but it looks so good. Look at that view, it's beautiful. Anyway, back to what I was saying about the kimono and yukata rentals. You know, what I loved about that is, you know, they're very respectful of your culture. Like if you're Muslim, you're wearing a hijab, you know, they're not gonna make you take that off. You're gonna be able to wear that while you're wearing your kimono, your yukata, and that's what I like to see. You know, people respecting each other's cultures. And look at me, I'm feeling myself in this yukata kimono. I don't know which is which. I'm sorry, but yeah, I was feeling myself in the outfit, and I even got the socks and sandals on. And here we've made it to Tenryuji Temple. Our goal going to Arashiyama, Kyoto was, we were supposed to go to the bamboo forest, but we didn't know where we were supposed to go. So we decided to go to the Tenryuji Temple in Arashiyama, and we didn't know that this place was actually on the way to the bamboo forest. So we were pretty lucky. We were pretty lucky that we went this way. As you can see, the Tenryuji Temple Garden, and on the way is the bamboo forest. And you can see a torii gate, so beautiful. Like, this is another dream come true bucket list. Going to Osaka Castle, going to Kyoto, and seeing all these traditional Japanese architecture. The sights, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Like, I don't know how to explain just how much of a life goal this is for me, and it's been achieved, and I've checked it off my bucket list, and it's a dream come true. I love it. And you know, you're gonna see the back of my mom a lot because I'm recording behind her, but you know, look at us just enjoying the view. This trip to Japan was worth it. You know, I spent a lot of money. Not gonna lie, I spent a lot of money in Japan, and you know, going to Japan, you know, the tickets going to and back is expensive, and you know, of course, as a tourist, you're gonna be spending a lot, you know, to see the sights and wow, paano ko sabihin? How do I say it in English? Paano ko sabihin? Spending money as a tourist to buy souvenirs, and you know, buying food and stuff, and the cost of living in Japan is a lot compared to in the Philippines. So I would love to come back to Japan for a vacation, but I don't know. I don't know if living there is viable for the money I make, and I would say I make more than the average Filipino. But I don't know. I don't know if living in Japan could be in the cards for me. I'd have to like compute it or something. And so here we are. We finally made it to the bamboo forest, and my mom didn't know this was the bamboo forest yet. So I was like, Mom, we've made it. We made it to the bamboo forest. And she was like, no, not yet. We're not in the bamboo forest. And she looks to her side and sees all the bamboo. And she was like, oh, we're here. And oh my God, I've never seen anything like this before. I mean, we have bamboo in the Philippines, but I've never seen a forest full of bamboo everywhere. It was amazing. It was such a beautiful sight. And I was taking videos and photos, and you know, I also like, you know, me and my mom like noticed these two like foreign people, these English speaking people, over analyzing this place. They were like, oh my God, this place must be man-made. Oh my God, like shut the fuck up, bitch. You know, just enjoy the sights. You know, take a picture, take a video, and just, you know, just enjoy it. Speaking of taking pictures, I was trying to get to the top, like behind me over there, but I couldn't because it was so hard to like move with my outfit on, and I was also wearing sandals, so I was slipping. And I almost fell, but good thing I didn't. Good thing I didn't get the outfit dirty, because I don't know, but I would have ended up having to pay more for, you know, the outfit, for renting the outfit. And as you can see, a lot of people wearing traditional outfit, the kimono, the yukata, beautiful. And here is a shrine for people to make prayers and offerings. My mom didn't make a prayer because she's like a very religious Christian, and me, I didn't make a prayer because I didn't know how. Maybe next time I'll go to one of these places with Sumiko, so she could teach me how to do it, how to make a prayer and offering. And you know, I'm trying not to like record too much in this place because I'm trying to be respectful, because it's a place for like making prayers and offerings and stuff. As you can see, so many tourists, and me and my mom went to get a bite to eat after the bamboo forest. You know, she got tempura don, I got katsudon, and it was so good. It was way better than, you know, like the katsudon in like fucking Tokyo in the Philippines. Tokyo is like a Japanese themed fast food restaurant in the Philippines. And yeah, look at me just recording myself enjoying the food, eating the food. It was delicious. And here we are on the other side of the bridge in Arashiyama, and my mom wanted to go to this coffee shop called Arabia. It's like a favorite like coffee chain or something, and we have that in the Philippines too, I think. I think we have it in BGC. And my mom was like, look at that line. She gave up on trying to get a coffee there because of how long the line was. Was way too long. And yeah, there was a lot of people in Arashiyama, Kyoto. But even so, when there was a lot of people, it still felt very peaceful. And this is me and Sumiko. We're in a sushi place, and we're like enjoying all the sushi. And oh my God, it was so good, so good. I mean, sushi, of course, is a Japanese thing, so you're getting the authentic sushi there. And look at me posing with all the Pokemon stuff. So much Pokemon merch. I believe this is in Daimaru or Shinsaibashi Parko. I'm not sure which, but yeah, there was a lot of Pokemon stuff. I wanted to get the Nemona, and there was also a lot of Studio Ghibli stuff, a lot of Capcom stuff. As you can see right now, there's Sengoku Basara. I was surprised there was a Sengoku Basara, but I imagine like Sengoku Basara is much more popular in Japan than in like West And me and Sumiko went. After we ate sushi, we went to get pancakes. This place is called Pound House 1984. Pound House 1984 is a very weird place to name name a restaurant. I'm thinking of something different. I'm thinking of something different when I think of Pound House. But yeah, here's me in a bar. It was like raining so hard in like my second to the last day I think in Japan, and it was so cold. And my mom had the keys, so I couldn't go home yet. So I decided to like go and get a drink in the bar. I ordered a screwdriver, which was orange juice and vodka, and then I ordered a shot of vodka for me and the bartenders. The bartenders were like white people who could speak English, which was a pleasant surprise to be able to talk to people in Japan who can speak fluent English, which I was glad. I was glad I got to experience that in Japan for my last days. And yeah, we just talked and made small talk and talk about our lives, you know. And here's the video, the end of the video. I'll continue. So yeah, that was my trip to Osaka and Kyoto in Japan, and I had a great time. I had a great time. If you guys have any questions about, you know, Japan or going on a Japan trip, I'll be like, I'll try to yeah, answer your questions. Just leave it in the comment section, and I'll do my best. Maybe I'll ask Sumi to help out with some Japan related questions because she's the one who lives in Japan, and I'm just like a gaijin tourist. But yeah, what else did I leave out? I feel like I left out some stuff, but continuing like the story in the bar, you know, um, I went to the bar. Of course, I went for a drink, and I met the bartenders. The bartenders were named Wendy and John. Wendy's like half British, half Japanese, and John is a full-blooded American. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, yeah. We were just talking and stuff, and Wendy was like bringing up like how a lot of like Australians, Americans, and British people go to Japan because the cost of living is cheaper there. As a Filipino, for me, it's the opposite. You know, like I feel like with what I make, and I trust me, I make, I make good money with YouTube, Twitch, and Patreon, and I still don't think I could like live a sustainable life with what I make alone in Japan. I mean, with what I make in the Philippines, I don't think I could live in Japan. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'd have to do like the math, but I feel like I'd only make enough to get by, and then I gotta pay taxes and bills and stuff. So for a Filipino, I don't know. I don't know if living in Japan is ideal. It's probably gonna be hell for us. But yeah, even for a Japanese person, like I feel like you guys are scraping by too. But yeah, yeah, that's what we were talking about, like living in Japan, and they were like, we're also like John's was like studying and dude like drank before he went to work. But yeah, I don't know if I'm missing out some stuff. Like, if you guys are curious, like how much should you like save for Japan? Like, I don't know. I don't know for like people in other countries like America and stuff like that. I can only speak for like Filipinos because of like our cost of living and what we make and stuff like that and our economy. Uh, the ticket alone, like to and back, I guess you would probably have to, save like 50,000 50,000 Philippine pesos, and even more than that for like, your your cost of living while staying in Japan, and the food and stuff, and all the sites you're gonna go to when you're going on a vacation in Japan. It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be you're gonna be spending a lot of money. So if you're Filipino, you should probably like save for like a year or a year or more than that. I don't know. I feel like I'm leaving something out, but I've I've I Japan is like the third country I've ever went to. I've went to Hong Kong and Singapore, and Hong Kong I don't remember vividly because I was just a kid when I went to Hong Kong, but I remember going to Singapore when I was in college, and and it was very clean in Singapore. You know, compared to Osaka, Singapore is like really, really, really clean. There's no litter, and everybody's like following the traffic instructions. Because Singapore is like they got the hefty fines. You know what I'm saying? They got the big fines. You're gonna lose all your money if you break the law in Singapore, and they're very proud to display just how much they're gonna fine you if you jaywalk or if you litter or something. Not like in Japan. Like, people follow the rules in Japan more than, here in the Philippines. But, if they see like the road is empty, the crossing's empty, if there's a red light, they're still gonna go. Like you're gonna see some Japanese people like going through red lights, walking through red lights, or driving through red lights if there's no one else there. And I thought that was interesting because in my image in my head it was like, oh, Japanese people, like, they're always gonna follow the rules. They're not gonna bend the rules or break the rules. But yeah, I feel like I'm leaving something out. Like I feel like I'm forgetting to talk about something in my trip in Japan. But maybe you guys can ask the questions and maybe I'll remember. Maybe I'll remember. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Uh, Thank you for watching me talk and ramble about my trip to Kyoto and Osaka in Japan. It was a great trip, and I would love to go there again. So I'll see you guys on the next video and the next stream. Bye bye, guys. Blah blah blah. Sayonara. Meow.